Today's video, we're going to have a look at the prospects of some snow across the British Isles through the weekend. There are some signs certainly, but we could see some snow showers coming down the eastern side over the weekend. And then we're going to worry about the areas of low pressure trying to come in off the Atlantic at the end of the weekend for the start of next week, trying to introduce milder weather as they come into that cold air, because cold air is dense. It's often hard to shift. And we could see some of that rain associated with those low pressures off the Atlantic beginning to turn wintry as they push north and east across the country. Now, before we go on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlaying my weather videos at GazWeatherVids.com. Please play those video ads because you'll be supporting GazWeatherVids.com by doing that. Also want to mention Gav Shop. Go and do your Christmas shopping through Gav Shop. Just click on the Amazon banners to take you through to amazon.co.uk. You'll be able to buy absolutely anything you want at amazon.co.uk, and at the same time you'll be supporting Gaz Weather Vids also, and I know you have been doing this, so thank you very much for doing that. So we're going to start off having a look at the low pressure in the North Sea. First of all, this is the GFS chart for 6 AM on Sunday morning. We've got this area of low pressure just off the coast of East Anglia. That could well be producing some wintry showers, maybe some snow showers down this east side. The air is cold. We've established a cold northerly wind on the days before this, so this area of low pressure could definitely be producing something wintry on the eastern side of the country. The UK Met Office is very similar, actually probably more in the way of wintry showers with this, but low pressure is closer and more defined to the coast of East Anglia at midnight on Sunday. Now the air could be quite dry, so snow showers possibly just restricted to the coast, but we've certainly got to keep an eye on this. The models aren't good at picking up shower activity, convective sort of activity in the days before these events, and as it gets closer then the models start to pick up on those shower convective possibilities. So we do need to keep an eye on this area of low pressure. It could well be producing something wintry across the southeast of the country through the weekend, if it comes off as it's modelled. The ECMWF is similar again with this area of low pressure. Maybe the low pressure is actually a bit further out into the North Sea with this, so perhaps showers more restricted to the eastern coast with this. But nevertheless, the idea is there. There's going to be some sort of feature in the North Sea over the weekend, and with cold air already established, we do need to be looking out for the chance of wintry showers, snow showers perhaps, on the eastern side of the country. And then we go beyond this and we start to look at the areas of low pressure trying to come in off the Atlantic. So this is the latest GFS chart for 6 o'clock in the evening on Sunday. Now, I said yesterday that I thought we would just about hang on to the cold weather throughout the weekend, but GFS was being too progressive in trying to re-establish the Atlantic. And that's exactly what's happened this morning. All of the models now appear to be, or just about all of the models, appear to be in agreement that we'll hang on to the cold air over the weekend. So as we go in 6 o'clock in the evening, we've already got one attack from the Atlantic trying to take place, and it's sliding away. This first feature coming in off the Atlantic, it's sliding away to the south. So we have a look at the precipitation chart. There is the rain going down in towards France, possibly turning to snow as it pushes in across France. But anyway, that's the first sort of attack from the Atlantic sliding away. But we've got more low pressure waiting in the wings as we go through into Sunday night, Monday morning. That area of low pressure then tries to push in again. That is showing signs of beginning to slide to the southeast. We see that by the elongation in the isobars here. When you've got an elongation like this, it's suggesting that the low pressure is coming up against the cold air and it's beginning to slide away. So if we have a look at the upper air temperatures, this is really telling us where we've got the chance of snow. Anywhere that's outside, or above I should say, this 0 Celsius isotherm, which is this yellow colour here, anywhere that's in that area is definitely going to have rain. But if you're between the 0 Celsius and the -5 isotherm, you can get snow depending on what the dew points are. If the dew points are below freezing, then you are likely to see snow, or at least transitional snow anyway, between 0 Celsius and -5 upper air temperatures. Now, as we move through to 6 o'clock in the morning on Monday, again we see that low pressure is really struggling to get in. Again, we've got the elongation in the isobar suggesting that that low pressure is coming up against the cold air. There'll be a warm front on the leading edge of this low pressure. It's coming up against the cold air, and it's occluding really with the cold front that's following along behind them. Along that occluding front, as that comes into the cold air, that's where you get the chance of snow. And again, look how little progress this 0 Celsius isotherm has made. If we go back to the midnight chart, there's the position of the 0 Celsius isotherm, and that's really suggesting the mild air coming in off the Atlantic. If we go through 6 hours, very little progress has been made with that 0 Celsius isotherm, and that's because the low pressure is coming up against that cold, dense air, and it's really struggling to push the mild Atlantic air in across the country. So with the position of the 0 Celsius isotherm, which is really restricted to the far southwest of the country, and the dew points here, remember dew points are really telling us what the moisture, the humidity in the atmosphere is doing. If it's below freezing, you've got a freezing humidity, and that is really one of the key things to get snow. We've got the freezing dew points there across much of the country away from the southwest, so this suggests that as this rain comes in off the Atlantic, hitting that cold air on Monday morning, there is the chance that it will be turning to snow to the north and the east of the country, possibly quite significant snow for northern England and Scotland, maybe just transitional snow for Wales, for Midlands, but it's too far away really to go into too much detail about that. This is just a general sort of heads up of what may be happening over the weekend for the start of next week. And even as we go on to 6 o'clock in the evening on Monday, we can see that that low pressure has made very slow progress really across the country. Again, the suggestion really is for elongation here in the isobars. It's just about brought in the milder air across the country, or the less cold Atlantic air across the country, but it's a real struggle to get this happening. And if this was to stall anymore, actually the mild air would probably never really be established at all, and we'd stay pretty cold, and there would be a substantial snow event, particularly to the north and the east. So we definitely do need to keep an eye on this. There is the chance of some pretty wintry weather, I think, over the weekend and for the start of next week. So I'll be keeping you updated, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.